Hey folks, Mr. Bowtie here. Keep banging home that red subscribe button on your screen so that way you can stay up to date on all the great local sports coverage that TV and radio refuse to cover. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Mr. Bowtie 1982. It's fun, it's free, and it's safe for the environment. Thank you so much and enjoy the show. Hi, I'm Greg Sherman. The Crossroads area is the area of West Texas located nearly equidistant between the Big Country, the South Plains, the Permian Basin, and the Concho Valley. The hub of that area is Big Spring. That's where Ryan Tannehill once upon a time played his high school football. It's also the home to some really good softball. Coahoma went to the state semifinals 10 times in a 13-year span between 96 and 08, although they won just one title. Forsan, their rival, went to the state semis in 09 and 10 behind Amanda Longorio and won the state title both years. Kelly Raines led the Howard College Hawks to multiple JUCO World Series in the 20-teens. Well, we're into the 2020s, and Coahoma is looking to revitalize that dynasty from the 90s and 2000s as they're back to the state semifinals, led by a pitcher that was just a year old the last time they went to the semifinals in 2008, and they're hoping that this is the beginning of the return of the Coahoma softball dynasty. The Bulldogs' run to Austin didn't have a lot of competition along the way. Led by future Division I pitching sensation Hannah Wells on offense and defense, they went 9-0 and beat Wall, Henrietta, Merkel, Bushland, and Holiday to reach the semifinals, outscoring their foes 68-22. Since their last semifinal appearance, the Circle moved back to the college distance. The field was partially turf, and the competition had gotten much tougher. In the semifinals, they took on Franklin, a team from the College Station area that had already had success this season as their football team bulldozed their competition on their way to a 3A title. The semifinal at times would look more like a football game and not softball, but it began with complete Franklin dominance. Pitcher Reese Cottrell was in complete control early, retiring the first 11 Bulldog hitters, while the Lions took advantage of early Coahoma mistakes to build up a quick 3-0 lead. With the Bulldogs looking like the stage in McCombs Field was too big for them, Hannah Wells came up and proved the stage was actually too small. In the fourth inning, she blasted a pitch over the left field wall to break up the perfect game, the no-hitter, the shutout, and started what would be 2.5 hours of sheer lunacy.
Momentum, I think. Once you just hit it, and it's awesome. It's an awesome feeling.
The Birds had to rush back from the concession stand to find their perch to watch the mayhem. After Cottrell retired the first 11 Bulldog hitters, 9 of the next 11 reached base safely. Five runs on 9 hits in the fourth and fifth innings erased that early 3-0 hole and gave Coahoma the lead.
We work together and we always back each other up no matter what's happening, or if we're losing or if we're winning, we're always there for each other. Even with Hannah, if she throws a wild pitch, we are always there to back her up.
Unfortunately, the lead was short-lived. Franklin strung together 3 hits off Wells and, combined with a Bulldog error, scored 2 runs to regain the lead at 6-5 in the 5th. Neither Cottrell nor Wells was able to get command of their pitches in a game that would last over 3 hours as both teams languished, lost opportunities on defense. Neither team scored in the 6th. Coahoma was down to their final outs in the 7th. With 1 on, 1 out, Wells came up. Franklin thought she might bunt. Not quite. For the second time in the game, she homered to left center to give Coahoma the lead back. But Wells and team were unable to hold it. An error put the tying run on base. A stolen base moved the runner to second. With 1 out separating Coahoma from the final, Wells threw back-to-back wild pitches to score the tying run, and the game moved into extra innings. The 8th inning created enough heartburn that the concession stand ran out of antacid. Coahoma's half began with 1 out on a Caden Lee walk and a Nevaeh Kirby double. Madison Rogers' RBI single to center scored Lee to give Coahoma the lead back, but Kirby overran third and was thrown out of the base paths, which would cost Coahoma an important run because they would load up the bases later in the inning for Avery Rodriguez.
We put each other first, and we always work as a family, and no matter who's down, we're always there to pick each other up, whatever's happening.
Rodriguez's 2-run single extended the lead. As it turned out, that run lost on the base pass would be huge because Franklin came all the way back to tie it again off 3 hits and an error at 10-10. The Bulldogs loaded the bases in the 9th with nobody out when the Lions made fatal decisions. An error-off hesitation by the shortstop brought in the go-ahead run. A walk brought home another, followed by a sac fly by Wells and a single by Rodriguez. 14-10 Coahoma. For the 3rd straight inning, they were 3 outs away from going to the state final. This time, though, there would be no Franklin rally. Ground out, strikeout, ground out. Wells retired the side in order to end the marathon. A score more reminiscent of a defensive football game was instead a battle of attrition, which the Bulldogs won to advance to the gold medal match.
Just try to throw strikes and get them ground balls. I love them so much, and I do everything I can for them. And my teammates helped me out there, and we finished strong. Just calm down and know that we got it.
We just come out and we come ready to play all together, and we play as a family.
She's always been mature, and she just has she's hard-headed, and she will not lose. She will pitch till she collapses, and that's what helps her a lot. Is she is determined no matter what.
Hey folks, Mr. Bowtie here. Keep banging home that subscribe button on your screen so that way you can stay up to date on all the great high school and local sports coverage not found anywhere else. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Mr. Bowtie 1982. It's fast, it's free, it's ergonomical, and you're going to make my parents think I'm the son that they always wanted. Thank you so much and enjoy the show.
In the final, they would face Hallettsville, a team located halfway between San Antonio and Houston. The Brahmas were in the final for the 4th time in school history, but had never won it. They beat Mount Vernon in extra innings in the semifinal. The 3A final for Coahoma nearly resembled their semifinal match. Back and forth, neither team playing clean, and missed opportunities determining who won and who didn't. Though the game lasted 90 minutes less and did not go into extras, the fans and administration, like longtime coach Kim Nichols, sat back to see what would happen. In the final, it was Coahoma who would lead early. Madison Rogers led off with a hit by pitch, stole second, went to third on a sac bunt. Wells came up. Instead of blasting one out of the park, she cue-shot one over the pitcher and passed the shortstop to score Rogers for the game's first run. In the second inning with the game tied at 1, the Brahmas had a runner on second with 1 out, but Wells got a strikeout and a ground out to get out of the potential danger. In the third, the Bulldogs loaded the bases thanks to 2 walks and a single. Wells came back up to bat. She hit another long ball, though this one stayed in the stadium, but it was plenty deep enough to score the go-ahead run. Rodriguez followed with a single to build a lead to 3-1. Unfortunately, mistakes that plagued Coahoma in the semifinals also happened in the final, and Hallettsville took advantage of them. Three hits, 3 errors, and 3 wild pitches combined in the third, fourth, and fifth innings led to 5 Brahma runs and a 6-3 lead after 5. But Hallettsville didn't play clean ball either. In the sixth, an error plus a double put runners on second and third for the Bulldogs. Kirby came up and hit a routine pop-up that should have ended the inning. Instead, 2 Brahma infielders collided. Neither made the catch. The ball hit the grass, and 2 runs scored to pull Coahoma back within a run at 6-5. Kirby ended up at second. Madison Rogers singled to move her to third, just 60 feet from the tying run. Rogers, though, tried to steal second to put the go-ahead run in scoring position, but a heroic throw by the catcher gunned her out at second to end the inning. Coahoma went 3 up, 3 down in the 7th, and their dreams of winning gold came up 1 run short.
There were a lot of ups and downs, but I feel like the worst downward part we had was losing. It stings really bad.
It sucks, but you know what sucks the most is that we don't get to hang out anymore. That's the part that sucks. I don't get to see you guys dancing. I don't get to see you guys singing. That's the part that sucks,
While the Bulldogs came up short in the final, the 2022 team harkened memories of past Coahoma softball success and showed that the 2020s might turn into the 2000s and another dynasty could be building.
Definitely going to look back on the memories that I made with my teammates, the bond that we have, all the victories, just having something that you call a team and something that I can look back on, and that's something that I'll love and cherish forever. It's definitely challenging. I'd say that we just try to fight.
A lot of people talk about our freshmen a lot, but our freshmen do not act like freshmen at all. They act like they are upperclassmen, and now that we have a taste of it, I think we're ready for next year. We were ready for this year, but we're definitely prepared for next year, and we're going to come back and win this thing.
We love each other, and we just try to do everything for each other, and I feel like we gave it all on the field and that we left it all out there.
It's just awesome. I mean, we had an amazing team, and the feeling was overwhelming to know we have so much talent and so much potential, and I mean, we made it here, so I'm proud of us.
The Bulldogs come up short in the state final against Hallettsville, but boy, it looks like their dynasty is going to start rolling again in the 2020s, just like it was in the 90s and 2000s, with so many young players, including Hannah Wells, still having 3 years of eligibility left. It's a very good chance that the Bulldogs will be continuing to make the trips back here to McCombs Field in Austin. I'm Greg Sherman.